So first things first, we're starting out with some ground venison. If you can't find any by you, check out your local Whole Foods. That's where I got mine from, and they were selling this in the frozen section, but it's a very high quality meat, so I had to get it. So once you got your meat, I got 2 pounds and I put them into a bowl and I started giving them a nice mix together with my hands. So this is important because we want to combine all that meat together and we want to get rid of that stuck together texture. So once we got that, we're going to separate these into separate balls. I made about 6 with the 2 pounds that I had. However many you can make, go ahead and make, but I would say make them at least a quarter pound. Honestly, it should be more, but at least a quarter pound. I was doing about a third pound per patty as I made 6. But once you got those balls, we're going to flatten them. I did not have a mold for my burgers, so I just flattened them by hand and tried to make them as circular as possible. But if you have a mold, that's great and you should definitely use it. Now once you've completed this process for all of your burgers and made them all into circular patties, we're going to get to seasoning them. So I decided to season mine only with salt, black pepper, and garlic powder because as this was my first time tasting venison, I really wanted to taste the meat and not the seasoning. But if there's a certain seasoning that you really like, go ahead and use it. So I made sure to season all the burgers on one side. Then I flipped them over and put them onto a slice of parchment paper. Now this is a crucial step because when we put these onto the grill, we don't want it to stick to our hands or onto the plate or whatever. We want them to easily go on the grill. So once I flipped them over onto parchment paper, I decided to repeat the process and salt, black pepper, and garlic powder the other side. Make sure you season both sides, otherwise this will not taste good. You cannot just season one side, and that goes for all meats. So once you got this ready, I put it in the freezer just to let it firm up for about like 20 minutes. And then in the meantime, I just got a nice delicious sauce ready. Put in some mayo, some ketchup, some Dijon mustard, and some Worcestershire sauce. So once you got those all together in a bowl, we're going to give this a nice mix, get it thoroughly mixed up, and the color should be about pink. If you added the right amount of ketchup and mayo, I like to do like around a 50-50 mix. Depends on how sweet you want it. So once you got the sauce, we're just going to prep some other things. So like I got tomatoes here, I got some lettuce that I didn't slice up but I got in whole leaves, and then I got some cheese. I decided to use cheddar cheese. I think provolone would go great, mozzarella would go great, but I decided to just use cheddar. And then brioche buns, please use brioche buns. It's going to give you the best texture, the best taste, but really you could use any buns if you don't like them. But we're going to make sure we butter them and get them prepped, and then it's time to grill them. Alright, here we go. We got venison burgers, 100% ground venison. I never tried venison before. You never?
Yeah, I never had venison. No.
I'm a little scared to try it because I heard it's very gamey.
I'm excited.
I've never really had like a gamey meat, so I'm trying it today.
See, I guess a new flavor for me.
It's a new flavor, so I'm down to try it. It's a very high quality meat, and you know it's 100% grass fed.
Shout out Whole Foods.
Yeah, Whole Foods is the only place I could find it. Very high quality meat, so I'm hoping this will taste good. All the videos I saw, everyone was treating this just like a regular beef burger, so that's how I treated it. So we're gonna give this a try today. So I'm about to try this.
Bro, honestly, it tastes like meat.
Yo, honestly, it doesn't have too much of like a different flavor.
Bro, it tastes like beef.
Yeah, it does a little bit.
I don't know if it's because there's a lot of stuff on the burger that got mashed in your food. It's good.
I taste a little difference.
Yeah, it's a little. There's nothing crazy.
Nothing crazy at all. I was expecting like a strong flavor, kind of like a flavor like lamb. Lamb is very different. I was expecting something like that.
That was mad good. If I see a deer, it might be on site, man. Deer.
This is good fruit.
I'm gonna hit and run a deer.
Cook it. There's a slight difference though. I don't want you thinking like it's the same exact thing. There's a difference.
Just you gotta like almost look for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
You can taste it for sure. I don't know how to pinpoint. It's like somehow I think it's like located heavier flavor. Imagine the flavor of like some type of red meat like beef, and just think of it as like heavier. There's more flavor in the meat, but it's not too different.
I'm not finished.
Me too.
It's been like 1 minute. It's mad good.
Sauce is good too.
And Chef Nair, man. Shout out Chef Nair.
You can see, but this is cooked to medium too. You can see it's still a little pink in the middle. A little pink, so you can really taste the meat. It's nice. We gotta try a deer steak, a venison steak one day.
That's the real experience.
Yeah, I've seen people cook venison tenderloin. That's very expensive. But if I could ever get my hands on like steak. So yeah, everything about this burger was good. So if you're cooking venison for the first time, try it like this. Like just treat it as a regular burger, and it'll be delicious. The sauce was perfect, very nice and light. Tomato was good. Lettuce, bun, brioche buns, very good. And then the meat's obviously very, very high quality, which makes a huge difference. So what'd you rate it out of 10? Like 10. New meat, 10? I'm rating it like, I'll give it like a 9.5. It's pretty good. So if you haven't tried venison before, give it a try. I think it's pretty good. Get it at Whole Foods. That's it.